guys, we're cooking. We got a glove up for it though. We are cooking stuffed jalapeno poppers. Awesome for Super Bowl weekend. They are also awesome because you can actually make these ahead of time, put them in the fridge, and then pull them out and bake them when you need. These are some tight gloves. I gave you medium. Matt is a nurse, so I'm sure you've done lots of things in gloves that are unspeakable. We won't talk about that. All right, so this is a super, super easy recipe. You only need 4 things. You need jalapenos, cream cheese, shredded cheese, actually 5 things, ranch seasoning, and bacon. So we're gonna start out with just, actually, do you leave the ends on?
Mm-mm.
We cut them off, right? We're gonna cut the tips off. Man, my knife is not very...
Not the tip, cut the stalk part off.
Yeah, the stalk. And then we're going to de-seed it, okay? So you really need to de-seed these and get as much of the ribs out as you can. And when you do that, that's where you're gonna lose your heat. Because we really enjoy jalapenos, but Matt, he can't handle any heat whatsoever. So we found the easiest way to do that is to just take a spoon and scrape the inside out until it's super nice and clean like that, okay? So before the spoon, after the spoon, okay? Goes pretty fast, but you really do need to make sure that you're wearing gloves during this process, or that you put like Ziploc bags and then scrape it out with a Ziploc bag. Sometimes you can do it just fine and it's not gonna be hot and you're not gonna notice. But normally what happens is even if you don't feel it on your hands, you then later go to the bathroom, accidentally rub your eye, accidentally touch your kids' hand. And the oils from the jalapenos get really hot. Hey Debbie, hey Kimberly, hey Pamela. We are making stuffed jalapeno peppers. Stuffed peppers. And they are delicious and they are low carb, low cost. And another thing is you can make these, we could make these today and then we could put them in the fridge, and then on Super Bowl we could pull them out and bake them. So they're awesome because you can make them well ahead of time and make it easy, yummy snack.
I also wash them out after I'm done cutting.
Oh, you do? I never do.
Just to make sure.
Matt actually makes these a lot, a lot more than I do. This is one of his favorite keto snacks, where he feels like he gets all the yumminess that everybody else would get, but he doesn't miss out on anything. Hey Chris, so if you guys know somebody who is doing keto or low carb, this is an awesome snack for them. And it's also just an awesome snack for like Super Bowl. Okay, so I have all those, and then when I make these, Matt and I make these different. So Matt, when he makes it, he goes ahead and just cooks up the bacon like this, okay? When I do it, I actually take the bacon before I cook it, and I chop it into little tiny pieces, and then I cook it, and then it's like all in like very synchronized, or all of the sizes are very uniform shape. But you can just cook your bacon like this, and we're just going to chop this up. Okay, so one thing we like about this recipe is we used to make this recipe and then we would take the raw bacon and we would wrap it around the whole pepper, but it was like either the top didn't get cooked all the way or the sides didn't get cooked, and we are making jalapeno poppers. And what would happen is like some of the bacon would be overcooked and then the other bacon would be kind of like chewy or crunchy, or I don't know. So this is the solution we came up with, and it works great, and you get a piece of bacon in every bite, and the bacon cooks thoroughly because it's already cooked. So this is how we do it. So I'm just chopping up the bacon now. And like I said, if I did this, I would have chopped the bacon before I started, then cooked it, but both ways totally works. So when you're done with those, let's stick them on here.
Yep, I shaved.
Oh yeah, he did shave. How do you guys feel about his new naked face? The kids were all like, ah, you shaved, Dad.
Butt naked.
Dad's face is now butt naked, correct. I kind of like the beard. I think the beard's pretty darn cute, but I don't like kissing the beard, so I was kind of happy it was gone. You got some spicy pepper going on there?
Something's spraying up in my face.
Well, the last couple times I've done a cooking video, I have like cried hysteric. I mean, I've like cried tears from the onions, so. Okay, so we have our bacon nice and crumbled. We're gonna kind of just set that aside. Now in the bowl, we have room temperature. Oh man, whatever you got, gave it to me. Room temperature cream cheese. And then Matt, okay, so I'm gonna take these off now.
2 blocks of them. What do you call it? Two
8-ounce packs.
2 8-ounce packs.
Yep. Okay. And so then we're going to add the cheese. He started adding the cheese earlier, and then he's like, "Hey, well, wait, we can do a video." So we're gonna add the rest of the cheese. Is that about right?
I don't know.
There's an actual recipe on our site, but as you guys have learned with us, when we cook,
I do it until there's not enough cheddar to hold in it.
Yeah.
So I like more cheddar than cream cheese.
So we have the recipe on our site, but as you guys notice, when we cook, we kind of just cook
by looks.
Yep. Okay, but you also need to add the ranch seasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ranch seasoning, it's 2 tablespoons per brick of cheese, and we have 2 bricks of cheese in there, so we're gonna do 4 tablespoons. I don't like it, says Leslie. I agree. I prefer clean shaven. Min's beard's very soft, or I prefer it gone. Yep, I like beards. Oldest daughter is identical to her daddy. Yep.
No, my beard was super coarse.
I think he looked really attractive with his beard.
That's enough. That's enough.
That being said, I did not like kissing that beard, so it's okay.
And yeah.
And what?
I was not gonna say anything.
And he enjoys getting a little more kisses, so he was happy to have it gone too.
Want to catch some more cheese?
Some more cheese. Are you sure you needed 2 bricks? I don't think you needed 2 bricks for how many. I think you overestimated your peppers. You are keeping Hidden Valley in business. Yeah, we are. We use a lot of Hidden Valley. I think that's probably our #1 seasoning we use in our family.
It's American.
American, yep. Actually, when we go to France, we always bring them ranch.
Ranch packets, yeah.
That's what you should bring them. Ranch packets.
I'm not going to France.
When... Yeah. He's not going to France. We're not lying. Hey, by the way, guess what came today in the mail? We get French kids that come each summer, and I said when Lucille comes, that's what we should give her as ranch packets. But they give us this mayonnaise that is amazing.
It's like your cheapest mayonnaise, but it's
we
awesome for
love
us.
it. It like takes your breath away just a little bit. Anyway, and then they give us these Swiss chocolates. So yeah. But we will be getting Lucille. Lucille from France will be here this summer. Okay, so now Matt is going to kind of mound up each one of these. And like I said, he wears gloves through the whole process. When I do it, I tend to take the gloves off at this point. I just take the spoon
Don't you get
and
hot
smoosh it
stuff
on there.
your hands? Which then in turn, if you have to go pee?
Well, you know, I'm a girl, so I normally use tissue. But evidently Matt has burnt his nibbly bits, evidently.
No, I haven't. We had a gal at work when I worked at the hospital. Her husband called frantically because he was cutting jalapenos and then had to go pee, and I think he was wearing gloves, maybe he wasn't wearing gloves, but he washed his hands and then went to go pee, and yeah, he called frantically trying to figure out what to do.
Did you just give us a clue as to where Matt's going? No, he's not going to France. He's not going to France. I can honestly say that. He's just ticked when I say anywhere he could be going. Remember the other day when I said he's going far, far away? And he's like, but no, I can honestly say he's not going to France. But we did get a package from France today, and we do have French kids coming. Well, we have Lucille coming to spend the summer with us.
Yep. Leia, if you guys remember Leia from last summer, Last summer? 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
2 summers ago. Was it 2 summers?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Her family sent us the package.
All right, so this is kind of what they're going to look like, okay? So they're going to be a little boat with, and Matt really mounds it up. I tend to do it more flat, but this is how he likes them.
It
and
melts
then
down a little.
You put the crumbled bacon on top. Let me actually preheat the oven. So yeah, so if you wanted to make these for Super Bowl, you could just make these tonight when you get home, and then just cover them with saran wrap, and then you could pull them out Sunday when everybody's getting munchy, and you would just have them there ready for you.
And if you've never bought jalapenos before, they're incredibly cheap. At least in our neck of the woods.
Oh, good, Megan! Which
These 12 or 14 jalapenos are only 78 cents total, so...
Yeah, and cream cheese is crazy cheap right now. You can get 2 bricks of cream cheese, 2 bricks of the Walmart brand cream cheese for like $1.58, I think is what it is right now. So this is actually a really cheap recipe.
And you could probably do this.
Leia was fun, wasn't she?
You could probably do this with any type of hot pepper if you wanted to. So if you like serranos, it would just be a lot smaller and skinnier. You could do it with really any kind of pepper.
Speaking of burning yourself, I got an Ulta magazine today, and they had perfume samples in there, so I scrubbed one on, and my wrist turned like bright red, and then they started like,
Really?
they felt like they were like hot. So I had to like wash it off. I've never had
Thanks,
that happen
Ulta.
from a perfume sample before. Thank you, Kelly. You're super sweet. Use your biscuit and gravy recipe this morning. It was so much easier than mine. Yay! Jennifer, so you've already made biscuits and gravy before. How did your family respond to it? Did they like it? Did they not like it? If they're like my family, you change it up and they're like, what'd you do? Although they were happy when I finally changed my biscuit and gravy recipe because my biscuits and gravy were not good for a long time. One of my favorites. These are my favorite. Yeah. So this way, like I said, you can totally make these and then plop them right back in the fridge. Or you could even pop them in the freezer until you're ready to cook them. I mean, the freezer, you would need to kind of thaw them a little bit before you got ready to cook them. But if you are a person that likes to kind of meal prep and have party things, these are a really good finger food for like the Super Bowl coming up. Don't touch them, baby girl.
It'll actually get spicy on your hands and it'll burn.
They loved it. Didn't notice the difference taste-wise. Oh, that's good. But the process was easier the way I did it. That's good. Crunchy bacon. Yes.
And so we like to crumble it. I like to crumble it and put it on top because if you just wrap the jalapeno around it, you take a bite and like either you get all bacon and no jalapeno, or you get like all jalapeno and like a stringy piece of bacon that you gotta like 2-hand separate. This way you get bacon in every bite.
Thank you, Kristen.
And then you're not fighting it.
I curled my hair earlier today. If you saw it, this half of my head is bubble wand. This half of my head is tapered wand.
Okay.
All right. So then you can just actually save this in the fridge for when you have more jalapenos. I mean, in a few days. You don't want to save it forever.
You could probably put it in a bowl and bake it, and then dip it with a chip.
Yeah, we've done that before, actually. We just added a little bit of sour cream with it.
Yeah. The leftover stuff.
Yep.
So, and like all of our recipes, there is no recipe.
Well, no, there is a recipe.
And I have no clue what temperature to put it on. Put it on the normal American setting, 375.
No,
and
it's
wait
400.
For it. Okay, 400.
There is a recipe. They can link to it.
Okay,
They
there's
can
a
go
recipe.
save it to their Pinterest boards, and we would surely appreciate that. Them upside down and dip them in bacon. That would totally work, Sheila. That's a great idea, actually. Or garlic bread. That would be amazing.
All right. And they cook.
All right, so then they cook. They cook for 15 minutes. We're not going to sit here and make you guys look at us for 15 minutes. If you want to see the finished product, you can follow that link that we just gave you, and it will show you the finished product. So I'm going to go wash my hands, Thanks for watching us as we make our midday snack. Maybe I'll take a picture of Matt enjoying one a little bit later. I'm not sure.
Slobbering all over myself.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye, guys.